Are you thinking of moving to Windsor and you want to see what $1 million will buy you in Windsor, Colorado? If that's you, keep watching because I'm going to go through 3 different neighborhoods in Windsor where the average price point on those houses is at least $1 million. Most of them are over. Hi, my name is Jamie Eklund and I'm a realtor here in the beautiful state of Colorado. On this channel, we talk about all things Colorado related. We talk about the real estate, we talk about the neighborhoods, and we talk about different cities. If these things interest you, then go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification to be notified next time I post a video. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Now, I get calls from people all the time asking me what life is like here in Colorado, and I do the best I possibly can to answer those questions. If that's you, if you are thinking of moving to Colorado, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, whatever it takes. I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to help answer some of your questions that you may have about some of the cities and the neighborhoods here in Colorado. All right, so today we are going to be looking at neighborhoods where the average price point of the homes are over $1 million. Now, the first neighborhood that we are going to be looking at today is the Hilltop area in Windsor. Now, as the name denotes, it's on the hill kind of overlooking the Windsor Severance area. And if you're on one side, you have gorgeous mountain views. If you're on the other side, then you have gorgeous city views, from a distance. It's actually a very, very nice neighborhood. The lots in this neighborhood are also very good size. You're looking at about 3 acres each. So if you want to have a nice shop, if you want to, restore some cars or whatever, you can have that space. Or maybe you just need a little bit of elbow room between you and your neighbors. I totally understand that. I agree that that is important to me. If that's important to you, the Hilltop area may be the best option for you. Now, it's also a very nicely maintained neighborhood. It does have an HOA, and the HOA makes sure that all the houses in the yards and the landscaping conform to their practices so that it maintains property values over there. Because property values usually start at about $1 million and will go to $3-4 million at the very top end. It's not a huge neighborhood, so there's not a lot of these properties that sell super often. So when one does, if this is the area you're looking for, you better snatch it up quick. Now, another really nice neighborhood in the Windsor area is the Bison Ridge neighborhood. Now, this is kind of on the west side of Windsor. So maybe you work in Loveland or Denver even, or maybe over in Fort Collins. This could be a good option for you. Now, you're not going to have as much room as the Hilltop area from an acreage perspective, but some of these lots over there do have a bit of room. Most of them are going to be half acre at least, but some of them will be a little bit smaller than that. Now, the price range in this neighborhood will dip below $1 million for some houses. Most of them, though, are going to be selling at the $1 to $3 million price point. So they're not cheap properties over in this area, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous area. And it's not an old neighborhood, but it was built in like the 03, 02 timeframe is when it started. And so you still have a fair amount of maturity on the trees and the landscaping. So it is just a very pleasant place to live. Now, the last neighborhood that we're going to talk about today is the Steeplechase neighborhood. Now, this is even a little farther west from Windsor, and it's a little bit on the south side. So if you live and work in Denver or Greeley or Loveland, this may be a really nice location for you. Now, the thing that Steeplechase has going for it is you can get some fairly good sized lots over there. We're talking acreage. And so maybe you want to have some horses, you want to have some livestock of some kind, not like cows and goats and stuff like that, but maybe you want a place to ride your horse. This is a really popular place for people to live with horses. You can have a barn, you can have a shop, you can have a little bit of space, and the houses over here are also very, very nice. Now this subdivision started in about 2000 and went up to about 2013. So the houses are still fairly new. You're not going to get a lot of really old houses in the neighborhood, but you also don't have as much restriction in this neighborhood either. And so you have a little bit more flexibility on what you can do on your own property. That being said, most of the houses are very well maintained, and most of them are very, very nice houses, because to get into a property over in this area, it's going to cost you at least $1 million, sometimes up to $3 million. So it can be a very expensive neighborhood to live in. But if you have horses, you have a camper you want to park on there, and you want a nice house with a little bit of elbow room, this will be the place for you. Now, there's lots of other neighborhoods within Windsor that, quite frankly, the average price point is right at probably $1 million. And so if this is your price point and you want to live in a really, really nice house, give me a call. I'd love to show you some of these properties. I'd love to drive you around and let you see what Windsor has to offer, because you will be surprised. You will look at some of these neighborhoods and think, these are gorgeous, gorgeous neighborhoods, and I want to live in Windsor, Colorado. So if that's you, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to set up a time to show you some of these neighborhoods. I'm also going to be putting down in the description a relocation guide. If you're coming in from out of state and you want to know more about this area, download that guide. It's absolutely free, and it's packed with information that'll help you make the best decision you can.